Rules for the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight have just been leaked, and they're ridiculous. Well, these rules are not official and are yet to be confirmed as more than rumors. But a couple days ago, this video surfaced of Chisora talking about the rules of the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. So we're going to dive into this. We're also going to react to Logan Paul talking about how he was meant to have the Mike Tyson fight. And then we also have Jake Paul talking with Aiden Ross about this Mike Tyson fight. And also for those who seen yesterday's video about Andrew Tate getting arrested again, by the time this video was up, an hour later, they were released. I just thought there's no point in me doing a whole other video to say that they've been released. So there you go for anyone who was on that video saying, Andrew Tate's guilty again. He's human trafficking women. He was literally held for about 3 hours and then released. It's all fake. Anyway, let's jump into this and see what Chisora is saying about the rules for the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight.
I know for a fact they are using 18-ounce gloves and head guards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't even believe there's no way they're selling those tickets.
So we're watching a sparring match.
What are you saying, that that's not a real fight?
I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. How old is Jake Paul? And I come back again, a guy who's 24, fighting a guy who's fucking 56. I'm like, it's a fucking joke. You think I'll pay and watch that? Only kids will pay to watch that. You know, and parents will give their kids money to go watch that.
Oh, Derek saying that they're going to be using 18-ounce gloves and headgear. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. Derek said he knows for a fact that these are going to be the rules, but the chances of him trolling are quite high. But I actually wouldn't be surprised if they had to wear 18-ounce gloves and headgear. Mike Tyson is 57, 58 years old. He's most likely already got a little bit of CTE as it is. He can barely talk, as I said in my first video. He's got that Nate Diaz tonality. But to be fair to them both, Ariel Helwani reported this. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson aiming for an official pro-sanctioned bout, which means that the fight will go on their records and it's no longer an exhibition fight. As you can see here, Happy Punch have said Jake Paul and Mike Tyson want the fight on their professional records. And once again, is this all talk just to drum up more attention, more marketing for the fight? The amount of times we've seen fighters talk about that they want this to happen in the fight, or they want this rule in place, or they want this in the contract, and it never happens. So you've always got to take this stuff with a pinch of salt. Yet Jake Paul and Mike Tyson want it as an official pro-sanctioned bout where it contributes towards their records, but will it actually happen? I'm doubtful, to be honest. Someone said Jake really wants this free win on his record so badly. Stats padding against an almost 60-year-old is crazy. Someone else said this changes everything. Mike ain't losing. I've seen this going around. This is the guy who will be fighting Mike Tyson, by the way. Once again, I've seen a lot of people on my last video saying this is a scripted fight. I don't think it's a scripted fight. I just think that they're going to have a little bit of a handshake agreement behind the scenes. Look, let's, you know, go out there, have a little bit of a spar, throw some jabs, not try and knock each other out, put on a bit of a show for the fans, but don't go crazy against each other. Now, here's Mike Tyson looking like a monster during a photo shoot today. This was from 3 days ago.
Yes.
Now, in all honesty, he does look good. He looks well. But forgive me for saying this, Tyron Woodley also looked really good on the pads and the heavy bag right before his Jake Paul fight. I'm not comparing Tyron Woodley to Mike Tyson. They are nowhere near the same caliber of fighter, and they're in completely different sports. My point being is that Tyron Woodley looked like a monster, throwing some absolute haymakers, but when you're actually in there, you've got ring rust, you're coming off a bunch of losses, you're feeling a little bit older, you get hesitant to pull the trigger. So the question is, can Mike Tyson have this level of ferocity, if you like, which I don't think is anything crazy. You can tell he's just moving a little bit. He's not trying to put loads into his punches, but can he have this level of ferocity in there actually against Jake Paul when Jake Paul's there throwing punches back? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Now, here is Logan Paul talking about how he was meant to have the Mike Tyson fight.
For both Mike and Jake, the bag. Like, at what point you can't, I don't know if you could say no. I said no to fighting Mike Tyson.
I'd say no.
I was offered it. And
you actually offered?
Yeah, I was offered it, but not on Netflix and not for a big ass bag. Yeah. It was just like a, oh, this could be a real fight. Because I've been asked before, I'm sure you have too. Do you think you could beat Mike Tyson? And my answer was and will be yes.
Well, yeah,
I just think
now?
Yes, I just think he's too old, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, God.
He's
Like,
senile.
the thing is, he'd be great for a round, maybe.
I'm glad that Logan clarifies at the end the reason why he could beat Mike Tyson is because he's old. That is the only reason why Logan or Jake have a chance here. But the thing is, you shouldn't even be talking about it. Mike is a legend. He's one of the GOATs. We heard Andrew Tate say the other day that he wouldn't fight Mike Tyson because it wouldn't feel honest in doing so. Right, so Jake Paul and Aiden Ross done a stream the other day, and this says, Jake Paul responds to KSI's criticism about him fighting Mike Tyson. Let's jump in.
But you want to know the difference between Mike Tyson and KSI?
What?
Is that Mike Tyson will actually fight me. So who's a bitch now? Like, that's the difference, bro. Like,
That's true.
Oh, Mike's this. Mike's 57. But Mike signed the contract, you
No, it's true.
Oh, you could say whatever you want, but you're fat running around doing sideman YouTube videos, and I'm changing the sport of boxing, the biggest fight of the 21st century. Netflix. What could anybody possibly say while you're making FIFA reaction videos, bro? I'm sorry, but we're just not the same, and you're 30 years old. Like, say what you want, but you also said a year ago that Mike Tyson would beat you and that you wouldn't take the fight because of that. So make up your mind. You just are cowardly that like is so insecure that when someone else is doing something good that you have to try and rip them.
I mean, like, I'm not mad at Jake for what he's saying there. If I had to choose sides who I like more out of Jake Paul and KSI, I mean, I don't know. I might have to say that I like Jake Paul a little bit more. Have I got a problem with KSI? Not at all. I think maybe just the personalities. I gravitate more towards Jake Paul's personality than I do KSI's. Don't ask me why. It's just a gut feeling. Maybe I'm wrong. Jake Paul obviously giving KSI a little bit of grief there because KSI won't fight Jake Paul. And I do actually believe that Jake Paul versus KSI is the last big influencer fight that everyone wants to see. Then here's Jake Paul giving Aiden Ross a little bit of a body shot just for a laugh.
This is 10%.
Oh, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm done. Oh, I can't breathe. What percent was that actually? That was
I was like, low-key, that was 15.
Yeah, I know.
I went a little harder than 10.
Yeah, I'm a little swollen right now. It's all right.
It could have been, it was, you're good.
Why,
You're good.
bro?
You're good. Don't come closer on your knees, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy, yeah.
You gotta get away, bro. We already got mean.
All right, yeah, we got mean. All right.
Aiden's so weak. Jake said, don't come any closer on your knees. Aiden looks like he's... That's a funny sight, that. So anyway, what do you guys think about these potential rules? Do you think there's any weight to them? Is Derek Chisora just joking around? I personally think he's trolling a little bit, but if we go along with it and just pretend for the moment, it doesn't really seem that unreasonable to have 18-ounce gloves and head guards as a rule, mainly for the safety of the fighters, the safety of Mike Tyson from getting more CTE, and the fact that he's just older, and then also for the safety of Jake to not get absolutely KO'd into another dimension. Once again, guys, I said in my other video, it's probably not a good idea to buy this, even though it's on Netflix. Like, we just need to expect that this is going to be a glorified sparring match. Don't expect any KOs. Don't expect anyone to go above 60-70% power. I think we're going to see a lot of jabs. I think Mike Tyson is going to be very hesitant, and all these people who think that we're going to see Mike Tyson come out of here and knock Jake's head off are completely in the wrong. I would like to be in the wrong on this. I'd love to see Mike Tyson come out and actually go for the KO, but I don't think it's going to happen. So yeah, you guys comment below. Let me know what you think of this. Make sure you like this video, subscribe for daily uploads, and I'll see you tomorrow.